Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Saving Sunderland. Now in today's episode we've got a Champions League group game against Ajax, but of course there's plenty of fixtures to go over since we last met. So when we last met it was of course the 0-0 draw in our first Champions League game against Benfica. And in this game we had Southampton at home and we drew 1-1. We had an absolute ton of chances, we just didn't take them. They got an early goal, well not an early goal, but the lead through that guy. 1-0, 43rd minute. We got level through Lincoln. Kieran Tierney actually got himself I think it was about a 6-week injury in this game, so that was disappointing. And of course, if you just look at the stats, we absolutely dominated. We just couldn't pull through. We then hosted Middlesbrough at home and won 2-0. Goals through Luis Enrique Aranz and Enzo Cabrera sealing the victory for us. We had another home tie against Tottenham, and this time we won 3-0. Two goals from Maximiliano Sugo and Enzo Cabrera sealed our victory. We then had our first Champions League game against Celtic, and we won 4-0. 2 goals from Moise Kean and 2 goals from Luis Enrique Aranz sealing the win. We then went away to Chelsea in the Premier League. This was an incredibly tough game. They dominated the ball and had a majority of the chances, but we got an early goal through Moise Kean, and as you can see, Predrag Rajkovic got the player of the match because he kept us in this game and gave us the 3 points. We then hosted West Ham. West Ham have been somewhat of a bogey team for us over the years, so to get the 3-1 victory through Phil Foden and 2 goals through Enzo Cabrera was absolutely brilliant. We then went away to Ajax and won 5-0. Goals through Lincoln, Enzo Cabrera, a double for Moise Kean, and a penalty late on for Cesar Montes gave us the victory. Disappointingly, we went away to Manchester United, who were top of the league at the time, and we were second and we got beat. It was 1-0, Anthony Martial getting the goal in the 50th minute. We didn't really create too much, but neither did they. It was another dull game, and this time we came out on the wrong end of it. We then hosted Brighton in the Carabao Cup 4th round. Goals from Cesar Montes and Maximiliano Sugo sealed the victory for us. It was a poor game from us really. It was heavily rotated, but we didn't really create too much. But after some changes around the 60th minute mark, we finally kicked into life and got the couple of goals. And finally, the last game before this Ajax game was a 1-0 home victory against Everton. Moise Kean got himself sent off in the 45th minute, which meant we were down to 10 men for at least 15 to 20 minutes before they also got a man sent off, and Luis Enrique Aranz got a goal from the left hand side to give us the victory in the 81st minute. And all of that brings us to today's game, and this will be the side that hosts Ajax at the Stadium of Light. We'll start with Rajkovic in goal, Diaz, Pfeiffer and Montes at centre back, Lirola and Tierney on the wing back roles, Guendouzi and Phil Foden in the centre, Cabrera on the right, Moise Kean on the left and Lincoln up top. So we kick off against Ajax shooting from left to right. Let's hope for a good performance. And this is still the highlight from kick-off. I'm not sure whether the FM's just playing a trick on me or whether this is actually going to be an opportunity. Moise Kean down this left hand side gets the ball into Lincoln, flicks it forward for Enzo Cabrera at the back post. FM wasn't tricking us, it was a key highlight, and we'll get the lead. As you can see here, Kieran Tierney playing it on this left hand side, flicks it through for Moise Kean, who manages to get the cross in. Lincoln gets his head on and flicks it on. Enzo Cabrera putting in back post. Another highlight, 2 minutes in, we're on this right hand side. Lincoln with the ball in, it's cleared. Kieran Tierney picks it up, flicks it back post. Enzo Cabrera's there. Excellent goal. Double for Enzo Cabrera. Great play from Kieran Tierney to get the cross in. So as you can see here, Lincoln crosses the ball in, it's cleared. It only goes as far as Kieran Tierney. He beats his man here, I believe, and then gets the cross in. Enzo Cabrera again's back post, and he gets the goal. Now, Enzo Cabrera has actually been excellent this season. He's playing predominantly on that right-hand side on the winger role on attack, and he's getting himself a lot of goals. As we pick up a highlight here, Phil Foden's dancing through their team. He gets the ball in to Moise Kean. Oh, he hits the crossbar. Excellent play from Phil Foden. Another highlight, Phil Foden with a free kick. It goes through to Guendouzi back. We're 7 minutes in and we're 3-0 up. This is absolutely brilliant stuff. Free kick from Phil Foden, assisted by Moise Kean. As we can see here, the free kick comes in. He gets his head on it. Guendouzi's back post this time. First time strike. Beats the keeper. 3-0. 13 minutes and another highlight. They're coming really thick and fast. Guendouzi on the centre. Cabrera on this right hand side. He's got an overlapper if he wants him. He goes all the way back to Ruben Diaz. Lirola gets the ball in though. Moise Kean. Header goes close. 20 minutes now, another highlight. This time it might be going Ajax's way. Zivkovic picks up the ball, but he gets challenged by Montes. We're back on the ball. Can we keep possession? Lirola on this right hand side plays the through ball for Cabrera. He's got time, he's got space. Lincoln, unlucky. Phil Foden with a free kick, he goes for it. whistles over the bar. Phil Foden again with another free kick. He gets it in, but it's cleared by Ajax. Phil Foden on the ball now. Lincoln on this left-hand side gets challenged. Amrabat can probably break for Ajax now. Ajax give the ball away to Tierney. He plays a through ball to Lincoln. He's got a lot of work to do and he's not going to score from that angle. And finally, it looks like the highlights have definitely calmed down. It's half time. What probably the best performance of the season so far. So we'll get the boys back out for the second half. No changes necessary. We're kicking from right to left. 60 minutes in, I'm going to make some changes, get some boys on who I want some game time. So we're going to get Sugo on for Lincoln and we'll get Milagres on for Kieran Tierney. Highlight now on this right hand side, we have a throw in with Larola. The ball comes back to him. He gets the cross in. Moise Keane's there. What a beautiful ball that was by Larola. And Moise Keane beats the offside trap to get the goal. As you can see here, Larola with a throw in. It comes back to him from Ruben Diaz. What a ball that is, by the way. That's exactly where you want your wing-backs to put it. Moise Keane capitalises. 4-0. With about 10 minutes to go, I'm going to get Phil Foden off for Harley Johnson. That'll be the last change we make. Hopefully no injuries. Could this be the final highlight? The ball comes to Guendouzi on the edge. Oh, what beautiful play this is. Just watch the pass and play here. So Cabrera gets the corner. It gets whipped in, they manage to clear, but then Guendouzi knocks it down to Johnson, who knocks it to Keane, who knocks it to Montez. That is just sensational stuff. Excellent finish from our centre-half. And that's going to be the end of the game. 5-0 winners at home against Ajax. What a game that was. The best performance of the season by a mile. And that sees us sitting comfortably top of Group E. 4 points clear of Celtic in second and 5 points clear of Benfica in third. And also just on the Premier League front, we're 4 points away from Manchester United at the top of the league. But we've also got the 4-point cushion from Chelsea in fifth. That's what we're looking at. Champions League football again. That's what we want. Well, an excellent result against Ajax and some really impressive form in the Premier League. In the next episode, I will bring you my final group game against Celtic in Group E, and we'll find out if we qualify and in what position we do. If you've enjoyed today's video, please consider leaving a like and get yourself subscribed if you're enjoying my Sunderland journey. But until next time, take it easy.